Hey, welcome back to Learning to Program using the Godot game programming engine. Alright, so in this video we're going to finish up our character controller. I know I said I wasn't going to go into a lot of depth because there's a lot of other videos out there that are better than mine for this, but I did want to get this character controller to a good spot. We still have a couple issues like him falling off here. If I hit under there, I kind of like glide. There's a couple things that we want to solve. So first, let's fix our jump. So here, well, for one, I already fixed this and I forgot to change it back. My player, I changed this. The default is like that, I believe. You notice when I fall. And on my, oops, jumping all over the place on you. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So we were fixing the falling. So when I'm on the ledge and I fall off, he snaps down to the ground. And the way we fix that was we reset his Y velocity. And here's where I was confused. So when we set the Y velocity, I get this really funky jitter going on, and the way to fix that is to go into your kinematic body and set the safe margin to something really low like 0.001. And he still jitters just a little bit, but we'll fix that in a second. But you notice he settles down and we get better behavior after that. There's still a little bit of jitter, but let's look at that. So the reason he's jittering is because there's a state. We're flipping between the state of this is on floor, and so to fix that, we can just not do this animation here when I jump or when I'm in the air. That way he doesn't have a reason to switch animations. So we'll just move that back up into the jump action. So when you push the jump button, it'll start the animation and not switch. But if I leave this, then when I jump in the air, I'll switch directly into my walking animation or idle animation if I'm idle, and I don't want that either. So let's move these guys out of here. Well, first let's do this. Let's move this function, or actually we can just copy all this. So in Godot, most languages have a shortcut for doing a single line if statement, and in Godot this is how you do it. So you do your if statement just as normal with the colon, and then you just do a space and you do your single line. So in this case it won't look for a block like this one is looking for a block of code after it. This one just looks for the single line. So that's a nice little shorthand. So I think this will work, and it doesn't. And the reason is my timing. I need to move these up above the jump. But let's also move them out, because something I didn't point out, but when I jump I couldn't control while I'm in the air. There we go. Now I'm able to control while I'm in the air and I get my jump animation. So that's great. But I still have this issue, the glide issue. And the reason for that, or a way to fix that, is when I'm in the air, as well as is on floor, there's another check that Godot provides, and that is on ceiling. There's also an is on wall, and you can maybe use that for like a wall climb or a wall jump. But this is on ceiling is useful right here, so I can do velocity y equals 0. And so when a player jumps, let's switch back over to our view, when he jumps he has a negative y as he goes up, and then right at the tip his y equals 0, and then it goes positive as he falls back down. So in this case, if he jumps up and he hits here, I just want to set him to 0 so that he then falls back down immediately. So let's try that out. Alright, so my guy comes over, he jumps, and he falls right down. And that looks and feels a lot better, right? So at this point our character controller is working pretty good, and let's do two more quick things. So one thing I'd like to do is let's add a couple more animations, because that'll be easy. All we have to do is go into our animated sprite, jump into our animation frames, and let's add a duck, and let's also add a we could add a fall, I guess, because I believe there's art for both of those. So let's say poses, and I'm on fall, so let's add the fall. Duck, let's add the duck. Alright, and then I can go back to my code. And so to get both of these to work, so I was just talking about the falling. So if I'm in the air, and if velocity.y is greater than 0, so remember it was negative as he goes up, and then as he falls back down, it becomes a positive number. So if it's greater than 0, then let's play the fall animation. Now I get my jitter back, so we probably won't keep this, but just thought it would be interesting to see. So I jump and I go up with the up jump animation, then I fall with the fall animation. So that's kind of neat. You could trigger that so that he didn't fall. Like if you were jumping, he wouldn't use that as he came down. But if you fell off from a ledge, you could, because you could store whether or not the user triggered the jump using the jump action instead of just falling off from a ledge. Let's take that out for now. And let's see, what was the other one? Oh, the duck. Alright, so a duck is easy. All we have to do is, let's put it after my other code, and let's just say if input.is key pressed, let's use key down, then let's just play the animation of duck. In this case, I'll be able to kind of crawl, right? So I can still move left and right because those actions up here are still working, but my character is in the duck animation frame, or animation playing, because of this code right here. And we could cancel this out by saying velocity.x equals 0 if we wanted that kind of behavior, so that even if I press left and right, I don't move, I stay in a ducked position, or I stay in the same position. So there's lots of stuff you could do here based on the behavior of your game. We may look at some others later, but I think this is a good stopping point for now. We've got a good solid character controller and that we can use moving forward in our game. Alright, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed.